is an acronym for Students Take Action Now, DARPER. This weekend we gathered to attend the Lemkin Summit, which was organized by STAND, Jewish World Watch, Youth to End Sexual Violence, and the Enough Project. And here is your folder.
Ah, literature.
Yes.
I like literature. Great. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So I'm Jessica Wilson, and a little bit about the Lemkin Summit. It was a coalition of human rights defenders, and they all gathered from U.S., UK, Canada, and it was named for Raphael Lemkin, who coined the word genocide. And together we represent hundreds of thousands of concerned citizens who kind of keep up with the crises in the Democratic Republic of Congo, Sudan, South Sudan, Burma, Syria, and the Central African Republic. And then our main focus is on ending genocide and mass atrocities worldwide. And we obviously appreciate you taking the time to meet with us and considering our proposals.
Hi. I would like to tell some personal stories. So my name is Mana Zav. As I sat through the Lemkin Summit this weekend, I had flashbacks of the stories my grandparents once told me. Living through the Mao Zedong regime, my grandparents had to raise a family of 7 children, while their crops and livestock were robbed by the communists under Mao's leadership. Because my grandparents are part of the peasant class, my father and his siblings nearly starved to death during the Great Leap Forward that lasted from 1958 to 1962. The fact that my closest family members were treated with such brutality makes me feel obligated to take a stand and bring change for other people who are still suffering through even tougher conditions than my own family once had to survive through.
Thanks for sharing your story.
Hi, I'm Ashland here.
Hi.
And I also have a story. My parents left Haiti around the time of Aristide's reign there with my oldest brother, who was 6 months old at the time. They were able to move with the motivation of from the fear that they had from the regime, the killings that they saw through the streets, the corruption with the government, and they also wanted a better future for the kids that they were planning to have and a full life of opportunities and successes. This is why I'm here. I want to give everyone that I know the same full life of opportunities, equality, and tranquility that everyone deserves. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Marion. I am from Lebanese descent, and in 2011 I had gone back to Lebanon to my hometown. It was just around the time of the Syrian Revolution, so there was a lot of refugees coming over, and on the street of my house, on the corner of the street, there was a refugee tent, but not like a UN-built refugee tent. It was built out of trash bags and trash and rubble from the streets, and inside that family I had met a 5-year-old boy named Yusuf and his mother and father, and through that summer that I spent there, I was able to try to help and support that family through, family. We tried to give the father a job in the family business, and tried to support the child through school. Last September I had gone back to my house, and that same, where that tent had stood, there was 10 other tents with 10 other families and refugees, which now there's 6 million refugees from Syria and other places going to Jordan, Turkey, Lebanon, and there's not enough people that can help and support in such a way that I was luckily able to.
Thank you for sharing your story.
My name is Lucy Tomasian, and the issue of genocide and human rights are also important to me on a personal My great-great-grandparents were victims of the Armenian genocide. Turks went house to house killing Armenian families, and when they reached my family home, they shot them all, but one survived the shot, faking his death. A Turkish family found him and took him in and nursed him back to health. Hearing these stories makes me want to see a change. One man survived to continue our family. Just one, but what about all the others and the others today still dealing with the horror? They should not be left in the shadows.
So, so we want to share a little bit about what I'm Caitlin Schultz, sorry. What we learned at the Lemkin Center. So, because all of the things that we learned are so impactful. The conflict in the Democratic Republic of Congo is the deadliest war since World War II, with 5.4 million people being killed and 2 million displaced. Armed groups, the Congolese army, and what we would call the police force use sexual violence to tear communities apart. It's a practiced war tactic to degrade and humiliate women who are the centers of their community. Congo is rich in resources, especially tin, tantalum, and tungsten, which are in electronics. These minerals are the main source of conflict in the area due to the forced labor and horrifying conditions for the miners. Much progress has been made on eliminating the profits that armed groups earn from conflict minerals, but livelihood programs and reforms are still needed, especially in mining communities. The significant M23 rebel group was defeated in 2013, but the FDLR rebel group continues to pose significant threat to regional security today.
Hi, my name is Emily, and at the summit we also learned that we learned about Sudan and how in Darfur the violent crime rate is actually currently increasing. And as of early this year, the UN estimated about 7 million people that are in need of humanitarian assistance. And the root of the genocide that's been ongoing is the president of the country, Omar al-Bashir, and he's still ruling the country even though this is going on.
I'm Dalton Nickerson. After achieving independence in 2011, violence in South Sudan escalated in December of 2013. The country is now in the midst of a civil war over their own leadership and in a territorial war with Sudan. 2014 was the bloodiest year in the past 10 years for Sudan and South Sudan. Attention must be given to stop the violence in this region. There have been too many empty peace agreements that have been signed and not honored. This conflict needs to come to an end.
Wait, you can introduce me. Oh yeah, sorry. Hi, my name's Brendan D'Souza. My dad's from Brazil. And I'm here just to make a better society for tomorrow, you know. And the situation that I want to bring up is Burma, because there's a lot of problems that we need to address in Burma that I don't think the situation in Burma is not good currently. The Rohingya minority group remains under pressure. They are denied citizenship and basic human rights by the civilian military government.
Hi, I'm Brenna McGill. Also in Burma, primarily beginning in mid-2012, the Rohingya have been subjected to acts of violence and ethnic cleansing, with 192 people dead, over 140,000 people displaced, and thousands of homes destroyed.
Hi, I'm John.
Well coordinated.
Thank you guys. After 40 years of the Assad regime, the Syrians had a peaceful protest in 2011. After the torture of a 13-year-old boy, the regime increased to capture and torture of Syrian citizens.
This began the revolution. Assad's army drops barrel bombs, which are bombs OSHA barrels full of shrapnel, oil, and TNT on town squares, killing and dismembering civilians. The death toll is estimated at 220,000 since 2011.
Assad's army also uses torture on the citizens by cutting off the genitals, ripping off their nails, and burning the bodies. After burning the bodies, they return the bodies back to the family.
Because of the revolution, the creation of ISIL was possible. The media focus on ISIS has allowed Assad to torture and kill more Syrian civilians without the notice of the media.
I'm Alex Sieglin, and we're going to talk to you about the Central African Republic, also known as CAR. Central African Republic has been coined as the forgotten crisis, and the returning uprising of violence in Syria proves that we must repress the piercing issues of violence until they are gone and not forgotten. Although there isn't an exact statistic on the crimes caused in CAR, but the murdering, kidnapping, brainwashing, and rape is still occurring right now, and this violence is among the highest in the entire African continent.
In a country that lacks a strong infrastructure, perpetrators of these atrocities have an unmitigated sense of impunity. While a transitional president has taken power, the struggles of the new Central African leaders have had little success. Even support from the UN and Europe cannot effectively protect citizens. The dynamic issue increasingly requires the aid of international forces to counteract armed groups around the country in order to achieve any successful sustainable peace.
Hi, I'm Heidi. Hi. So now we would like to make 3 asks. We would like Senator Warren to co-sponsor the Global Magnitsky Human Rights Accountability Act, S-284. The Global Magnitsky Human Rights Accountability Act was recently introduced to both the Senate and the House. This act would give the President the ability to impose sanctions on foreign nationals who are guilty of human rights abuses, with specific focus on those responsible for corruption and abuses committed against others seeking to expose illegal activities of government officials. The Global Magnitsky Act would allow the government to respond rapidly to human rights assets and corruption by going after the perpetrator's assets.
Hey, I'm David. Our second ask is we would like Senator Warren to urge the Treasury Department to utilize the plus-ups allocated in the 2015 budget to sort of enrich the Office of Terrorism and Financial Intelligence for the purpose of hiring regional experts within both the Office of Foreign Assets Control and the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network to examine and enforce sanctions in Sudan, Southern Sudan, the Central African Republic, and the Democratic Republic of the Congo. These sanctions would reinforce national security priorities by helping facilitate stability and preventing mass atrocities. And we have sanctions in place currently, specifically in Sudan and Southern Sudan, but we have no personnel to enforce these sanctions.
I'm Sean. For our third ask, we would like Senator Warren to please request the Senate Committee on Foreign Relations to host a full committee hearing on the Central African Republic. It is important to understand the status of the situation in CAR, and with a full committee hearing, it will be possible to figure out the next steps towards peace.
So April has come to be known as the month of genocide awareness and prevention, and it also happens to be the time when many government officials will be returning from trips in Central Africa. So we believe that this might be the best time of the year to sort of have a meeting amongst your colleagues. The problems that afflict the Central African Republic must not be allowed to fall from the American consciousness. That's why, on behalf of the Lemkin Summit, we are urging you to contact colleagues and hold a meeting on it. Thank you.
My name is Jasmine, and we would all like to thank you so much for your time, along with past and present support regarding similar human rights conflicts. If you have any questions, our group would be more than happy to answer any that you may have. We look forward to staying in touch and are glad to exchange any contact information required to do so.
Thank you very much. I really enjoyed your presentations. I thought they were very well